So thank you.
Hare Krishna. So, hi everybody. Thank you so much for Darshan. Yeah, after I gave you the title, it is more sweet and salty because I went the salt, but it applies. But before we get to that, I'd like to say there's a very special person well, they're all very special people, but there's someone who's very special because we found out quite by accident that we're kind of related, and today is her birthday. Is that correct? Yes. And it's Christina's birthday. So I have a little, they say like a party trick. I'm also a professional clown, so let's just get that out of the way because that explains a lot in my demeanor and a lot of things about me. So let's just get that over. But so I know a trick or two, and one of the things I can do is sing "Happy Birthday" backwards.
No.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, so hold on. It's better if I'm standing up because I got to. So because I get the concentrated efforts. Yeah, you're gonna want to. Yeah, you're gonna want to get this. Okay, let me just because I haven't done it in a while. Okay, look, he's got the candle. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so happy birthday to Christina backwards. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Christina. I'm backwards. Happy birthday to you. And a little thing. There you go. So
Now, we can't have a class without telling the
yeah.
miraculous story.
The miraculous story, yes. So before we get started, as Chandra says, I run these community groups at the Bhakti Center. I run them for, I think even before, that is like one of my first services at the Bhakti Center, actually, even before I've taught yoga for a long time, but before I was teaching yoga there, and community groups are really wonderful. If you're interested, you can ask me about it later, but it's online. So I met Christina through yoga, and she joined my community group. And I'm talking about, and something about one of the topics that will come up today, I was talking about something, we talk about the intimacy of relationship with Krishna as opposed to Lord Vishnu. And there's a famous analogy that we always use about intimacy is like a high court judge. And what we say oftentimes, a high court judge comes in and people stand up and they say, Your Honor. But when they go home, they're more friendly. And so I happen to have a first cousin who's a judge. So I was saying, so for instance, when my cousin Laurentina McKetney Butler comes into court, people stand up and call her Your Honor. And then when she goes home, then everybody's like, oh, hey, Ma, what you doing? And it's a much more intimate relationship. And Christina's looking at the screen, and I've got a lot of people in the group, but I didn't get it. She types into the chat box, that's Jabari's mom.
His mother,
her partner. And I didn't even register because I thought she's talking about for instance, that's like his mom. But then, I didn't compute. And I'd actually met Jabari. Well, I met Jabari when he was really little, which he's not anymore. But I had met, she taught a practice class and she brought him, but I did not make the connection at all. So after the class, she goes, no, seriously, Jamuna, that's Jabari's mother. I'm like, wait a minute. My first cousin is your partner's mom. And we're like, yep, we're cousins. So that is the craziest thing. I mean, you're right. It was such a Christian miracle. Such a Christian miracle. So anyway, so that's so happy birthday, Christina.
Thank you.
It's interesting that I begin this class with talking about something about food because I'm one of those people, I have a very interesting relationship with food. A lot of people say, what got you into Krishna consciousness? And a lot of people say, I came from the prasad. That's not me. I am the plainest, simplest eater. I have a digestion that is the speed of a snail, so I eat very little. I appear to be someone that's not, because everybody thinks I'm one of those people that probably cram food in my mouth because I burn it off. No. So it's interesting that I begin this story with something about food. But I remember I was a Girl Scout when I was little, and they took us ice skating. And you Australians don't know, but there's this place, Woolman Rink in Central Park. And I was like a lot of urban youths, I'm a very bad ice skater. So I fell down a lot. And when you fall down a lot, your clothes get wet. So this was like my second time, so I knew to pack like other clothes, so I changed in. And then it was Girl Scouts, so they gave us money, and we went to the little snack bar, and I was cold, and I was like, I'll get a hot cocoa and French fries, because I thought that would warm me up. And so I came and I put it down, the other Girl Scouts were there, and then I saw something on the table. It was white in a little container. And I thought, oh my God, that's salt. Now, I love my mother dearly, but my mother is a horrible cook because we never had salt in anything, because salt was like the devil in our community. So-and-so has high blood pressure. It's the salt. So-and-so. So my mother banned salt from our house. And there I was. No mommy. Salt. French fries like I had heard tale of. So I took that shaker and I shook that stuff all over those French fries, had a sip of my cocoa, reached in, put a French fry in my mouth. Because that wasn't salt. It was sugar. And for the first time, I really understood what the difference was between sugar and salt. But that experience further to burn me with like salt. I was like, no, not only does it make the pressure go up, it's not, oh my God. So a little later on, though, as a Girl Scout, you get these badges, and one of them was for cooking. And so I'd like to bake, but no, it couldn't be baking out of the Betty Crocker box. You actually had to make it like for real, from scratch. And so I saw that there was salt in the recipe. I was like, I'm not doing that. Salt. That's like, no. The opposite is going to happen with the French fry. No. But then I realized when I baked, my baked goods didn't taste as good as the other Girl Scouts. And for some reason, my cakes, instead of going like this, were kind of like hard, like a pizza matzah. And that's when I really realized what salt actually does. In his book, The Journey Within, His Holiness Ramaswamy tells this famous story about a fellow who has a lot of questions, and he wants to know from a particular teacher, what qualities do I need to have to find out who I really am? And I think the first time I gave Darshan class, I talked about this story in depth. But one of the things, the qualities he's told, is to be like salt. And it's a really interesting thing to be like salt. Salt is like the secret ingredient in something, right? It's usually not the first thing on the list of ingredients, but like I found out when I started to bake, you need it. It enhances the flavor. It actually binds things together and helps things rise. And what a wonderful quality to say that you have, that you're sort of not the main ingredient, you're not the first thing on the list, you're not looking to be the first thing on the list. But without you, things don't rise. Without you, things are tasteless. Without things, the chemistry doesn't work. And so it's a really wonderful thing to actually be like salt, to be a little salty. And we have them, these characters in the text and Chandra was talking about, the Srimad Bhagavatam. There's Krishna, and he has a lot of girlfriends called the gopis. And there were two sets. I love when I found out what they were called, the right wing and the left wing gopi. Yes, nothing to do with politics. But the right wing gopis are like the sweet ones. But the left ones, they're the salty. They give Krishna what we call the sauce. They kind of like push his buttons, and you know what? He likes that. Both the salty and the sweet. And then there's various characters that we read about. I always think there's this fellow, Narada Muni, who's definitely a little spicy, a little salty. He's like the world's first spaceman, they say. He flies from situation to situation to situation. And if he doesn't think things are moving fast enough, he turns the screws. Definitely a little salty. I always say he's like a transcendental Puck from Midsummer Night's Dream. He turns and turns and turns. But the gopis and Narada Muni, they only add that salt to do what salt does, to enhance the sweetness. And I would say one of the words, there's lots of words that you never use or you use very sparingly until you become to Krishna consciousness. People that have been in this game know, like words like what to speak of. I never said those words in a sentence like that before my life. Here's one. Phantasmagoria. Had anyone even heard of that? No. Oh, here's one I know. Bifurcate. Never heard that one before. Circumambulate. Never heard that. Obeisances. Kind of knew what it was. And then similarly, I knew the day the word similarly came out of my mouth, I was in. Like, or like, how are we to understand? Right? All these words. But there's one word I had used, but I never used it quite so much as the word sweet. Everything's sweet. Isn't that sweet? They're sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. In fact, one of the words for Krishna is madhu, meaning sweet. And so anything that's salty in Krishna's pastimes and Krishna's relationships are always ultimately to bring out the sweet. And there is, in fact, a song called the Madhu Darastakam that is all about the sweetness of Krishna. Now, because I can't sing, and my Sanskrit is really abominable, especially in front of somebody like Nityananda Chandra, whose Sanskrit is really good, I've devised a plan, an interdisciplinary plan. We're all going to read. I'm going to give these out, not everybody, but there'll be 8 of them. Asking means 8. And I'm going to ask you not to open it up until I say your number, okay? So I'm just going to randomly distribute. You're good, number 7. Because, get somebody in the background. And birthday girl. And there you go. Okay, don't open it yet.
She's got 2.
Oh, you get 2? Okay, and then give them to you. Okay. All right. So here's how we're going to do this. One at a time, I'm going to ask you to open it up and read it. And after this person reads it, we have a refrain like kirtan, call, and response. And our refrain is, oh, so sweet. Let's try this one time all together. Ready? And, oh, so sweet. Good. Who has number 1? Yes. Open that up.
His lips are sweet. His face is sweet. His eyes are sweet. His smile is sweet. His heart is sweet. His walk is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Ready? Oh, so sweet. Number 2.
His words are sweet. His character is sweet. His garments are sweet. His navel is sweet. His movement is sweet. His wanderings are sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. 3.
His flute is sweet, his dust is sweet, his hands are sweet, his feet are sweet, his dancing is sweet, his friendship is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Number 5. 4, sorry, 4.
His singing is sweet, his yellow dress is sweet, his eating is sweet, his sleeping is sweet, his form is sweet, his tilak is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Number 5.
His activities are sweet. His liberation is sweet. His thieving is sweet. His loving sports are sweet. His offerings are sweet. His peacefulness is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Number 6.
His gunjamala is sweet. His flower garland is sweet. His Jamuna is sweet. His ripples are sweet. His water is sweet. His lotuses are sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Number 7.
His gopis are sweet. His pastimes are sweet. His meeting is sweet. His food is sweet. His happiness is sweet. His etiquette is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. And number 8.
His cowherd boys are sweet, his cows are sweet, his herding stick is sweet, his creation is sweet, his trampling is sweet, his fruitfulness is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Everything's so sweet. So I want you to close your eyes for a second. And if you have a favorite picture or image of your mind of Krishna, particularly as a little one or a teenager, go ahead and picture it. I have a bunch, but one of my favorite is Krishna sleeping, and just see the sweetness. And if you don't really even think about have a picture in mind, you can just think of like the sweetest child you ever saw and like multiply it by about 1 billion. And then let's listen from that text that Nityanath Shani was talking about. This is what the gopis say about Krishna and his sweetness. Wearing a peacock feather ornament upon his head, blue karnakarna flowers in his ears, a yellow garment as brilliant as gold, and the Baijanti garland, Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of dancers as he entered the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying it with the marks of his footprints. He filled the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips, and the cowherd boys sang his glories. Just get a picture of that, the sweetness, the beauty of that. And then open up your eyes. And let's say it all together one more time. Oh, so sweet. Oh, so sweet. So many sweet stories about Krishna. One that I really love comes from this little blue book. It's called The Little Blue Book of Krishna. And it talks about Krishna's birthday party. And, his parents do so much for him. And apparently the convention of giving out party favors that we do at Krishna, I don't know if there's a thing in Australia, but here in the States, we're big on the party favor, right? And so I guess it was the thing then that when you came to the party, the little kid gave gifts as well. And Krishna's parents got this room full of beautiful things for Krishna to give away. And then they party, Krishna goes and he looks at those things. And he looks at his friends. He looks at the things. He looks at the friends. And he starts to cry. And his mother says, Krishna, why are you crying? Krishna says, I want to give that to my friends. She goes, why? They're beautiful. Here, we have this. Just see, we have this, we have this. Krishna says, I know, that's not what I want to give my friends. So Krishna's mother and father will do anything and say, well, Krishna, what do you want to give them? And Krishna smiles, and he walks over to one of his friends, and he puts his arms around her friends and says, I am yours. And then he goes to another friend and puts his arms around them and says, I am yours. And to all of his friends, he goes and he hugs them and says, I am yours. Because what Krishna wanted to give his friends is not a thing. He wanted to give them his love. Oh, so. At the Bhakti Center, we have many pictures in our temple, and my absolute favorite is this one particular one that captures this story. So when Krishna was very little, he would watch his mother go to this particular fruit seller. Now this fruit seller, and this is why I love this picture at the Bhakti Center, because you could just see the integrity in this woman's face. It's that kind of face. I kind of look at her. You don't know whether she's 20 or 60, right? Because she's so wise. You got those faces like, how old exactly are you? But she's a woman that sells fruit not to make a huge profit, but this is her duty. This is what she can do to raise money. And every day, Mother Yashoda, that's Krishna's mother, would come with some grains, and she would exchange the grains for fruit. And every time they would get there, that fruit seller would just look at Krishna and look at Krishna's sweetness. And even though Mother Yashoda, Krishna's mother, didn't have quite enough grains to get the best, to really buy the best fruit, it didn't matter. Because that fruit seller would always load up Mother Yashoda with the biggest, ripest, juiciest fruit, because she was so captured by Krishna's sweetness. One day, Mother Yashoda wasn't around, and Krishna thought, I want some fruit. I'm going to go to that fruit seller. So he had seen what his mother did. So he toddled on those little chubby legs. I always say when kids are little, it's the only time in your life where chubby legs are really cute. They got extra rolls, and the rest of your life you're like, got to get rid of that roll. But at that point, and they do that thing of like walking on their toes, it's like they can't put the heels down, so, and the little belly, like other thing. And he goes over and gets the grains, but his hands are so little. that as he's walking, the grains start to fall from in between his fingers. So he picks it up and tries to get more, and they're falling all on the ground. So finally he gets them, and he thinks he got it. And he's walking in his little chubby legs on his tippy toes. But as he's walking again, the grain starts falling in between his fingers. So he ends up leaving like this trail of grain. And I can imagine all the animals going, Prasad, and coming right out and like eating all the grain. And by the time he gets to the fruit seller, he's got like 2 pieces of grain left. But she doesn't notice that. All she sees is that sweet face. And actually right now, she's got him all to herself. Usually the mother's there. So she's not even looking. She's just reaching into that basket and giving him the biggest, juiciest thing, more than his little arms can almost hold. And what she doesn't see is every time she takes out a piece of fruit, a jewel appears in that basket. So that by the time she's giving Krishna almost too much for him to hold, her basket is full of all sorts of sparkly jewels. But she doesn't notice, and she doesn't care, because she is completely captured by his sweetness. Oh, so sweet. But let's face it, he's also got a lot of salty in him. That kid is a little demon sometimes. Let's talk about it. So first of all, the cows. Poor cows. You know, cows are so sweet, sweet animals. They got those eyes like there's a moon. There's gonna. I'm very, very docile. And there comes Krishna and his wingman, his big brother Balaram. Now, I always understand this. I have 3 older brothers. They call each other Mr., Mr., and Mr. And to this day, they are as thick as thieves. One time, I remember, they were playing in my parents' backyard, and they knocked, my mother has this little, like, dwarf cherry tree. Right, it's a city tree, because we lived in Queens. My brothers knocked it over, then stuck it back in the ground. And my mother's like, who broke the tree? They're like, nobody. So that's like Balaram and Krishna. They are in it together. So there they are, fooling around with the cows, using the cows' tails like little swings, back and forth, using the cows like jet skis. So the cow's starting to run, and they're holding on like, me, 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 all over the poor little docile animals. And then what to speak of what he does to the girls? So as the girls swimming in the river, put their clothes up on a tree, nobody's around, we go swimming. Okay, time to get out. Where's my clothes? And there's Krishna with the clothes going, na 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 na, until they have to beg him to get the clothes back. And now, let's just talk about the butter issue. Now, just like I didn't have salt in my home, I also never had butter. And my parents gave us this, like, I don't even know, like, oleo, some sort of fakey butter. I had butter, you know what I'm talking about. I had butter the first time when I was in high school, and I went to a friend's house, and they put it on an English muffin. And this was me. What is this? my friend's like, it's butter. I'm like, it's magical. So I totally get where Krishna's coming from. Totally get it. Because the dude loves butter. I mean, it's just, and I always say, you cannot believe Krishna's God for a lot of different reasons. But the amount of butter that guy eats and does not have high cholesterol, he has got to be God, because there's no other explanation for it. So there he is, like, gulping down the butter. And I always think of, you know, when little kids have ice cream and more of it lands on their face than in their mouth. Like my youngest nephew, who's about to turn 5, next week. I was there when he had his first piece of cake. It was a baseball-shaped cake, and he hadn't had it any sugar for the first year of his life. And I watched. This was it. I was like, Welcome to the addiction that is called sugar, young man. Welcome, join. So, so that's like Krishna. When he eats butter, it's like all over him. So he eats and eats and eats, and his mother then tries to, hide it from him. So she stacks pots so it's up high. Think that stops him? Oh no, because remember his wingman brother Balaram. So Balaram's older and a little stronger, so Balaram is like the base. Krishna climbs up and they're up there getting the butter. So mom thinks, okay, let's hang it even higher. So they hang it from string up at the top. Does that stop them? Oh no, now it's like, oh thanks, it's like an Indian piñata. And so instead of a stick, I'm gonna take a rock and crack. And then it's like a butter waterfall all over the place. And he eats the butter and he gets it on there. And in another story I'm not gonna tell today, of course he does the thing you really should not do. You really should not do this. Feed the monkeys. Don't do it. They're not cute. They're not cute.
They're ugly cute.
They're ugly cute. They're thugs. They have jacked my books. They have taken food from me. They ripped my bag. I got away with not getting. They took my maha garland. They're not cute. They're thugs. And you don't feed them. But Krishna is like, feed them, feed them, feed them, feed them. And then if he finds that his mother has cleverly hidden the butter so he can't find it, guess what he does? Oh, then he becomes a full-on criminal, breaking and entering. He goes to other people's houses, and if they've hidden the butter, he squeezes the cheeks of the kids. Tell me where the butter is. Tell me where the butter is. Tell me where the butter is. And then if he can't find it, this is a delightful little thing that he does. Oh, this one's fun. This is the one that made my husband go, what? Yeah, he pees on the floor. Yes, he does. He pees right there on the floor. He doesn't get it. Salty, spicy, salty, spicy. And one day, so most of the time when he gets caught, he's just so sweet and cute that people don't even want to punish him. I don't know how many of you guys are around kids a lot. I'm around kids a lot, right? And sometimes they've done the naughtiest things. You just have to turn your head because you don't want to see them. You don't want them to see you smiling and laughing. And that's most of the time what happens with Krishna. But one day, he crosses the wrong, I love what they call them, the elderly gopi. She's probably 40. she's like the elderly gopi. And she is not having it. And she grabs Krishna by the hand, catches him stealing her butter, and she goes, that's it. I'm taking you to your mother. And as she starts walking to Krishna's mother Yashoda, she doesn't even look down at him because she's afraid if she looks down, she'll look at his sweetness, right? And she'll melt. So she's all like this. Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, no, don't look. And she gets to Mother Yashoda and she said, Yashoda, here is your son Krishna. I have caught him red-handed this time, stealing my butter. Mother Yashoda goes like this. You're saying my Krishna, my son Krishna, was stealing the butter. Yes, this guy right here was stealing the butter. You're saying Krishna's right there. Yes, I caught him red-handed. I got him by the wrist. I dragged him all the way over here. What are you gonna do? Krishna? And out from the other room comes Krishna. The lady looks, ah! Who she was holding on to was her own son. Oh my God, mother! I'm sorry. I could have sworn. I can't believe I am so sorry. She's so embarrassed and starts to walk back to her house. Gets a phone call. But anyway, halfway back to her house, all of a sudden she looks down and it's Krishna again. And he says, you better be careful, because next time I'll turn myself into your husband. Oh, naughty, salty, spicy. And most of the time he does kind of get away with it because he is so
Sweet.
So sweet.
So sweet. Well, one time he does something that his mother just, it's just bad. Now, I grew up in New York City, so I hear that in the country people do things like make mud pies. I don't have a concept of what. Yeah, you're not. I don't even know what that's about. I mean, like, I'm a city kid. Like, dirt is dirty. I'm just sorry. It's like, it's right in the name. Dirt, dirty. Call me crazy. Much less talking about. I've been to India many times. I love India very, very much. But I know that the dust from the feet of Vrindavan. But seriously, Indian dirt is dirty. I mean, if you go walking down the street, oh, look, cow poo, dog poo, monkey poo, pig poo. On any given day, the dirt is like a poo stew, all up in the ground. And so one day, Balaram, big brother, wingman, goes up to Mother Shoda. This is really bad. I must tell you. But Krishna has eaten dirt. Now again, it's not like, I mean, okay, maybe I would eat potting soil. Maybe. To save my life, maybe I would eat potting soil. Because it's kind of dark and it's a little dirty and I know it's got nutrients. So maybe to save my life, I might eat that. But I ain't putting that in my mouth. And like, what is it? E. coli or whatever? Like Ebola? I mean, like whatever. So this is not a good thing. So Mother said, like, Krishna, come here. So in walks Krishna. And I always imagine, total speculation, this is how I see it. He's a little piece of like dirt, like hanging out the side of his mouth like that. Krishna, have you eaten dirt? Now, as any self-respecting rascal, there's another word you don't use much before you come to Krishna consciousness, rascal would do. Of course, he denies it. Krishna, your brother, Balaram, says you have eaten dirt. Krishna, they're all lying. All my friends, they're liars. They're liars. Oh, are they? Your brother, yeah, he's lying too. He's trying really not to open up his mouth much. So he's speaking like, finally, she says, Krishna. Now, again, I don't know if this is an Australian thing or it's just an American thing, but here in the States, when your parents are really mad at you, they invoke your middle name. I don't know what that's about to make him her. But here's the thing about Krishna, he has many names. So she begins, and I'm going to ask you to add in your favorite. She says, Krishna, Govinda, Gopala, Kishore, Kesava, Kana, Achyuta, Kana, Upendra, Janarana, Madhasa, Jagannath. Give me some more names of Krishna. What else do you know? Yes, what else? Yes. 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 She just think I'm spilling my mouth. It takes some time because he's got a bunch, so let's just leave some time for that. Open your mouth. And you know, this is the shocker, because she like thinks she's gonna see like little dirty poo teeth, little dirty poo cheeks and tongue, and just like that dirty poo mouth. Yeah. So Krishna's just eating the dirt, which is just like a poo stew for those that just joining like a die. What did she say? Welcome to the poo stew. And so she thinks she's gonna like see it like all over the mouth. But that's not what she sees at all. No. What she sees is kind of, well, everything. So close your eyes again, because I want to read directly what it says in this text, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and see if you can picture this. When Krishna opened his mouth wide by the order of his mother Yashoda, she saw within his mouth all moving and non-moving entities, outer space and all directions, along with mountains, islands, oceans, the surface of the earth, the blowing wind, fire, the moon and the stars. She saw the planetary systems, water, light, air, sky, and creation by transformation of Ankara. She also saw the senses, the mind, sense perception, and the three qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance. She saw the time allotted for the living entities. She saw natural instinct and the reactions of karma. And she saw desires and different varieties of bodies, moving and non-moving. Seeing all these aspects of the cosmic manifestation, along with herself and Vrindavan Dham, where she and Krishna lived, she became doubtful and fearful of her son's nature. Open up your eyes. And so think about like seeing that. And her first thing is what I think I would do is doubt my senses. So the first thing she goes, I didn't see that. I always think of like in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, when Scrooge doesn't think he sees the ghost, the first thing he says is, I think it's indigestion. Right? He says there's more of the gruel, he says, than something transcendental to you, he says, of the ghost. Because he thinks, that's the first thing we see. It's like, no, that's not happening. But then she thinks, I have no reason to doubt my senses. My senses are working more than a second ago. And then she has this epiphany, if you will, seeing all that. Oh my God, my son, who cries when it's lightning, who swings from the tails of cows, who pees on the floor of people's houses, who wants to sit on my lap all the time. Oh my God, my son is God. Like, think about it. Like, my son is God. And if any of us were was standing in front of divinity, what would we do? And that's what she did. She fell to her knees. And she starts to take this very worshiping posture. Like just an hour ago, I slapped her on the fanny. I was ordering him around. Oh my God. When Krishna sees that, now a lot of us, let's face it, especially if we're teenagers, to have your parents worship you, like, yay! Down on your knees, mother. Don't try this, Nadia. Down on your knees, mother, before me. Yes, let's see, what can I make her do? I've got her right where I want her. But that's not what Krishna wants. Krishna does not want the bowing and the scraping, right? My cousin doesn't want this tall, fine young man bowing and scraping. She wants her kid. Krishna doesn't want this. He wants this. Remember the story? He wants to go over to all of us and embrace us and to hug us and to have us in our heart. How many times in the Bhagavad Gita does Krishna call Arjuna, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend? And so when Krishna sees his mother like treating him in this way, he's like, oh no, this is not what I want. This is not the mother that's going to hug me. This is not the mother that's going to make it okay when it's lightning. This is the mother that's going to chastise me. This is not the mother that's going to give me her milk. And so Krishna decides to pull, the last verse of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is called Yoga Ishwara. And that means like the greatest of magicians. And he does a lot of like magical things. And when I'm working as a clown, I often have the kids, like when it's a magic trick, I say, wiggle your fingers. For some reason, they like wiggle your fingers over it and say a magic word. So again, total speculation. But I imagine Krishna taking his chubby little blue fingers and waving his fingers over his mother and over the whole town where they live, Vrindavan, and putting them into a special kind of Maya. Now we know that the word Maya means illusion. It actually means that which is not. And most of us are in what's called Mahamaya. It's the illusion that we're a body and that we're a mind and that this very material world is where it's at. And that we have this what my guru says, this very limited conception of I. that I'm in the center. I am trying to be the controller. That's the Mahamaya. That's the bad Maya. But this is a special kind of Maya. It's called Yoga Maya. And it's so that Mother Yashoda will completely forget what she just saw. And in fact, all the people in this land of Vrindavan where Krishna lives, they will forget any aspect of him looking like he's God. Pick up a hill and balance on your finger for 7 days. It's just, oh no, that wasn't him. We were holding it up with his stick. Somehow all these demons happened to arrive on the scene. Isn't it lucky that somehow Krishna survived that? Wow. Because they never see him as God. They see him as Krishna. That sweet little boy whose navel is sweet, whose eyes are sweet, whose thieving is sweet. And that's exactly what Krishna wants. Because when we think of him like that, that's when he can go like up to the birthday party and wrap his arms and go, I am yours, I'm 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 yours. Because that's what he wants. He doesn't want this. He wants this. Like any of us would want. That's what we want. We want that. Because that's what Krishna wants. So I want you to take your piece of paper that you had, those people that read, and hand it to somebody that didn't read. If there's enough of us. And if you didn't get anybody, then you'll read it again. And then, and then let's take that from the top, reminding yourself of the refrain, oh so sweet. Okay, number 1.
His lips are sweet, his face is sweet, his eyes are sweet, his smile is sweet, his heart is sweet, his walk is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Number 2.
His words are sweet, his character is sweet, his garments are sweet, his navel is sweet, his movement is sweet, his wanderings are sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Number 3.
His flute is sweet, his dust is sweet, his hands are sweet, his feet are sweet, his dance is sweet, his friendship is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Number 4. Okay. Well, it looks like it's you again.
His singing is sweet, his yellow dress is sweet, his eating is sweet, his sleeping is sweet, his form is sweet, his tilak is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord is sweet.
Oh, so sweet. Number 5.
His activities are sweet, his liberation is sweet, his thieving is sweet, his loving sports are sweet, his offerings are sweet, his peacefulness is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord is sweet.
Oh, so sweet. Number 6.
His gunjamala is sweet, his flower garland is sweet, his Jamuna is sweet, his ripples are sweet, his water is sweet, his lotuses are sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. Number 7.
His gopis are sweet, his pastimes are sweet, his meeting is sweet, his food is sweet, his happiness is sweet, his etiquette is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. And number 8.
His cowherd boys are sweet, his cows are sweet, his herding stick is sweet, his creation is sweet. His trampling is sweet, his fruitfulness is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness.
Oh, so sweet. And so, to go back to the beginning, the spice, the salt, enhances the flavor, right? If Krishna hadn't been had the little devil in his eyes and ate the poo stew of the dirt, then that never would have transpired. And then when we look at all these stories of Krishna, that's why he does stuff. It's all to enhance the sweetness. It's all to enhance the relationship. It's all to not so that we go but we go and so that Krishna has the opportunity, like he did at that birthday party, to walk over to each and every person and go, I am yours. So that's my spiel for this evening. If anybody has any questions, comments, as Merle Gopal, my friend, says, any jokes? Yes.
The story sounds very familiar. You got it from the Krishna book?
Yes. Yeah. So there's, yeah. Oh, do I need to, for that? Do I need to repeat it so they hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. He said that he asked the story familiar. Did it come from the Krishna book? Yep. So for people that aren't familiar, the Krishna book
Right
is.
behind you.
Oh, it's right. Oh, yeah. There it is. It is the Krishna book is a part of that text, the Srimad Bhagavatam. What Prabhupada did was, like Nityananda Chandra says, the Bhagavatam is it's the word is a tome. It's like big. If you have one in your apartment, it doesn't take up like a part of your bookshelf. It takes up the entire the bookshelf. And so it has 12 cantos. They call the canto a book. And it sort of goes like this. Tick, 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 until canto number 10. And those are all the stories of Lord Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada, when he started translating, he wanted to make sure to give the world the sweetness of Krishna. But he was getting on in years. And he didn't think that he would be able, it's 18,000 verses. That's a lot of translating, and that's a lot of writing commentary on. And he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get through it. And he was right. He didn't get through all 12. So what he did was he compiled these stories of Krishna, and he called it the Krishna book. And it's the stories that we find about Krishna in the 10th canto. So we wrote it more like in story form. And so it's a good thing, he did, because he didn't. The Raman Mohan Leela was the last thing he actually translated, right? I think, yeah. So he didn't make it to get all the way through the 10th canto, and then his students took up the translation to finish off the 10th and do the 11th and 12th. But yes, the stories come from the Krishna book and from the 10th canto. And except for that one about the birthday party, there's a fellow that lives in Vrindavan, which is this place where Krishna grew up, and he also did a little book of Lord Ram, but he collected some other stories that people that live in Vrindavan had told him, and it's a really sweet book.
Is this Dina Bandhu?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I heard a Dina Bandhu story today also.
Oh, yeah. And it's about there's more to the birthday party story. Like at one point, his parents put on regular tilak. It gets like messed up, and his friend, maybe he has this one friend called Madhu Mangala, gets him tilak out of cow dung, and he puts it on, and he's like, I like this better, and his parents are like, okay. But that the birthday party stories from that book. Yeah. But you're right. That's where it comes from. You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions, comments, jokes, feedbacks, corrections? I'll go here and there. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so sweet.
Yes, that is the correct response. And isn't it? I know when I was first coming to Bhakti and Krishna consciousness, it's so not, I grew up in a very pious home, but a very Catholic home. And I never had the conception as God as mean. I never had that for sure. But Lord Jesus was definitely like, not, I wouldn't like say, hey, Lord Jesus, you're sweet. He was definitely like an authority figure. And to this day, when I go into Catholic churches, I'm like, why must we always show him at his worst moment? He said so many wonderful things, and there he is like bleeding and looking all morose. I'm like, oh, but the sweetness of Lord Jesus was sweet too. So yeah, I remember when I and that's the thing about the 10th canto, and that like, where do you see God as like a baby? And what Krishna gives us an opportunity. Don't know, like I know some of you are, but there's a word called rasa, and those are these different kinds of relationships. And so there's what Krishna provides is many different ways of being relationship. Some people, like Krishna's mother, see him as a child. They see him as, I am your maintainer. Right? Others, like Krishna's brother and his friends, see him like, that's my buddy. Others, like Krishna's girlfriends, they see him like a boyfriend. And others just see Krishna as sort of like, wow, sort of almost like a fan. Others see Krishna as like, oh, let me help you. So when we see particularly the stories in the 10th canto, when we see the whole span of Krishna, it's really beautiful that Krishna gives us many different ways to see him and to react to and to relate to him and actually try to serve him. It's like, so if your mood isn't, I don't know, if your mood isn't like, oh, so sweet he's a baby, then maybe, oh, he's so sweet, he's my friend. Or oh, he's a friend, he's like, wow, he's this awesome guy. It's almost like, it's like, let me help you. The shirt I'm wearing, I should have wore last time I was here. But it shows Lord Ram, and this is Hanuman. And Hanuman is said to be, there's another word I never use, exemplar. When the heck did I ever use that word before I could? Hanuman is said to be exemplar of having the relationship of called Dasyaras. And that means I want to be God's helper. Because Hanuman's always there. I mean, he, like I always say, he almost steals the show from God. It's God himself but his acts of service. So that's what's really beautiful. There's not, just like we're not seen in one way. Like I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin, I'm a mentor, I'm a teacher, I'm all these different things to so many different people. And it's all me, and all these relationships are really beautiful and quite different. And the thing is, if I have all those relationships and I am not God, how could God not have that? How could God, my guru is Holy Standard Swami always says, if we're willing to say that a definition for God is that being of which nothing better can be conceived, sounds pretty good. How could I, who am not God and am extremely flawed, have all these different relationships and all these different adventures and all these different likes and all these different personality tics? How could I have that? And that being which is greater than everything and made everything not have that? And just sort of be a blob, right? That has no relationship. How could that be? It doesn't really compute, so.
The hot sunlight comes out of a cold sun.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gotta be much more hot.
It's gotta be much more hot. How can that even, how can that be that, I was like, I am not God. And to the enjoyment that Krishna has, I don't think my guru says, I think he's quoting somebody else, because, but you'll never see a picture of Krishna with a construction hat and smoking a cigar. Because where is he? He's doing all these things. Because if you were God, if you were the master and controller of the universe, would you not be enjoying? I always use Target for some reason, don't know why. But the guy who's the CEO of Target is not stocking the shelves, is he? Oh no, he's off on some island, with all the money that he has amassed, telling other people to stock the shelves, right? So Krishna's playing because he's the boss. He's the best job ever. He's a musician, which, super cool, and he goes out and he plays with cows and has a lot of friends because he can. Yeah, so it's not this amorphous blob or this I smite you because you did something in the timeline of eternity. You did one wrong thing, like in that musical Les Mis. The dude stole a loaf of bread. Come on now, he's being chased for the rest of his life. Right now, I love that. Krishna doesn't want this; he wants this. Yeah, Jabari.
You gotta be short.
Okay. We're over. Oh my God. Yeah. I see the clock.
Yeah, I don't think it's a short question. Thank you for the talk. Yeah. I can ask you later.
Okay.
So thank you, Jamuna.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. You can keep your little sweet meditations. And so when you want to look at them and think, oh, so sweet.
So before we have our sweet, sour, spicy, pungent, and astringent, and all the other flavors of